Hey, Dr. LeGrand here. Just got out of the gym. I actually haven't been in the gym for 8 months. Crazy. Really bad. It's time for me to take time. When you start a business and you have a child, things get down, even for a naturopathic doctor. And I've actually, over the years, have gained a significant amount of weight, 35 pounds. So this is actually myself of actually getting back to what I need to do as far as losing that weight. But today I'm not going to talk about that. We'll talk about it later. Note, you can follow my journey as far as losing the weight, things that I do to actually help. I've done it many times in the past of losing 20-30 pounds. But today I want to talk about water intake and the importance of water intake. So there's always like how much water, what to do with water, alkaline versus, tap or distilled. I'm going to go all in detail. So there's going to be 5 things I'm going to talk about as far as water intake. The first one is, how much water should you take? Well, the best thing I always tell my patients is you actually take half your body weight and put that into ounces. And that's how much water you should be taking on a daily basis. We're made up of 70% of our water, and even our brain consists of more water, and it's very important to at least get that. The second thing I'm going to talk about is how frequently or how should we be taking our water. And that is sipping it throughout the day. And what I mean is not just guzzling 5-6 glasses all at once, or even just a big glass at one time, but carrying, a water bottle. Carrying a water bottle and drinking it throughout the day, sipping it. The reason why I say this is because our body takes time to absorb and utilize the water. We can retain a lot of water weight, which happens. You can see how my face is all puffy. It's probably because, I have a little bit dehydrated today. That's another reason why people get bloated, dehydrated. And of course, it has to do a lot with also electrolyte insufficiency or excess amounts. And with that water intake, you want to make sure you're sipping it throughout the day so your body can actually utilize it. You think of it as a plant. So if you think of a farmer, right? Farmers, they drip throughout the day when they're growing their crops. They don't just go out there 2-3 times out of the day and just dump water, a bunch of water. No, you have to, it's kind of like, having an IV and you dripping it throughout the day so your body can utilize it, so it just doesn't go right through your kidneys and bladder. That way your body doesn't utilize it. So that is the second thing that's important to actually utilize when it comes to your water intake. The third thing that's important is, okay, what kind of type of water? So there's this big fad as far as like drinking alkaline water, no distilled water, no just filtered water. Well, it really depends on your pH, and I stress this a lot with my patients. And you can check your own urine pH. You just get a pH strips. And really, what's really important, what I always say, is to have your urine pH between 6.0 to about 6.4. Now, if you're over that, 6.4, alkaline water is not going to be the best option for you, because if you push yourself way up in the 7.4, 7.8 range of alkalinity, I see this with my patients all the time, is that it can cause eventually kidney stones. There's always a fine balance when it comes to your pH. So if you're somebody that's already really alkaline, more option would be more distilled or even just filtered water for you versus the alkaline water. But if you are really on the acidic side, dropping below the 6.0, then yes, alkaline water would be a better choice for you. So it really just depends with the quality of water intake. It depends on you. The fourth one is how should you carry your water? What kind of containers you should be drinking in. And I always say either glass or stainless steel. Plastic bottles, especially in the summertime, they can end up sitting in the sun, and it could just accumulate a lot of those toxins that you want to avoid in your body. So just carrying it either in a glass container or in a stainless steel bottle. The fifth thing I'm going to talk about, this does not necessarily have to do with water intake, but how you can use water. And that is hydrotherapy, especially in this time of the season as we're getting into the flu, cold season. A lot of people get sore throat, stuffy nose. What you can use is actually a hydrotherapy technique that I use with a lot of my patients, and that is where you're actually doing a cold wrap around the neck. How that works is you take a cold cloth, okay? You take that cold cloth, wring it under ice cold water, wring it out until it's like damp, just like how you would if it were to take it out of a dryer, or not a dryer, but out of a out of the washer where it has that damp feeling. So you wrap that around your neck at night. This is for if you have a cold, sore throat. And then after you wrap the ice cold wrap around your neck, then you take a warm scarf, you wrap it around, bundle yourself up with some sweats and some blankets, and do that throughout the night. So what this is actually doing is helping increase circulation and blood flow and lymphatics through the area, to concentrate through that area to help actually eliminate the virus. And it helps heal faster. So this is a good practice to do nightly. So these are just a few things that as far as when it comes to water intake, and just a little tip here in the season, what you could do is with hydrotherapy. So let me know if what you guys are interested. Trust me, I am working on the other animated videos. The last one on my fasting series. I mean, I will talk about other fasting topics, but this one has to do with more on what I'm going to talk about is how to do a proper water fast, and how to actually do it properly by losing weight. And because there's so many wrong ways that people do fasting by losing weight, they hit the yo-yo effect. And so I'm going to talk about all those ways of how to properly do a water fast, how to properly use it, doing intermittent fasting and water fast, 24-hour water fast, to actually lose weight and keep it off. So please leave comments in the comments section below if there's any suggestions of videos that you want me to do to focus on. I mean, you guys are my fans, so I want you to kind of just point out that you guys can lead this in a direction of far as what kind of videos you want. So please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, as well as if you are first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button just below. And thank you for watching on Docere, Doctor as Teacher. Bye.